Well, I don't know. Here recently, I've been listening to some of the episodes, and it just kind of sounds like I'm far away.
Oh.
Sometimes I don't know. I know you don't listen to the episodes after we shoot, but yeah. And then somebody else made a comment that it was kind of like far away.
Okay.
Yeah. Why?
You just put me on blast that I don't listen to him afterwards.
No. Okay. We can edit that part out.
No, that's okay.
No.
I feel like I was there. I heard it all.
I know, but before you were doing a good job of watching the shows, and before you came on, and
Yeah.
you thought you can clean it up a little bit, so you decided to join us. But
No.
anyway, how are you, sir?
I'm great. Good.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. I gotta ask you a question real quick. Are you? Do you have a musical background?
No.
Not at all.
No. My family
Yeah.
has a big musical My dad was a drummer. My sister can drum, and she has a beautiful singing voice. She has a theater background.
Oh, nice.
Well, background and current. She is currently a graduate student at Texas Tech. She's gone about it a little different way. She's eight years older than me.
Okay.
So she retired from teaching in Texas
Oh.
and decided to go do that. Her husband is a tech theater professor at Texas Tech, and so she was able to get into the program. She gets to be a kind of like a teacher's assistant, teaches some classes, and then also takes some classes. And then she's also been in a lot of productions for Texas Tech as well. And so she has a theater background. Her daughter has is an actress. Everybody but me. I never got in. I never played an instrument. I regret it every day because I from sixth grade on, I had tunnel vision for sports, and then I just kept playing a sport every season, and that kind of I never got in. And now I'm
took you that path down to play sports.
But now I'm disappointed because I was like, man, it would be a great, I'd love to be able to play the piano or the guitar, or trumpet or drums or anything, just kind of. But I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I same here. I love music. I say music makes the world go round. Music is everything, But but I've never played an instrument, and I was like, well, I like to try.
Yeah.
One of the instruments I would like to start. I've been saying this for the last 10 years is the harmonica.
Yeah.
I think I like the way that sounds, but luckily Chris was able to take us down that path because he was in a band.
That's right.
Yeah, so we kind of enjoyed that. And he's supposed to show me how to play the trumpet. The trombone.
Trombone.
But we don't have a trombone anymore, so I guess we can't do that. Anyway, but I like the fact. Shout out to your sister who did all this.
Yeah.
How I asked you and you said no, but my sister, and we started. Let's talk about your sister then.
Yeah.
Why not? So
yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah.
But it was us. But I'm gonna go ahead and start the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. I'm your host, Big Mod. Sandy's with us. Chris with us. And Chris, before I introduce our special guest, could you play our read, please? This podcast is sponsored by Quinn Concrete Construction. The company motto, no job too big or too small. Whatever your concrete need is, they have the experience and the professionalism to ensure a quality job every time. For a free estimate, call 913-279-1448. That's 913-279-1448 and ask for Joe Quinn.
For a big meeting.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, nice little break for you, right? The
Well,
kids,
yeah.
Okay,
Break and extra work.
Right.
I need somebody to show me how to do that, so this one can take a break and go.
Yeah, I'll go
for a little
somewhere.
trip. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take a nice little trip. I mean, you used to back in the day.
Yeah.
All
not
of your
anymore.
Kids are independent. You can just leave.
I sure can. You're right.
Yeah.
Christmas break is here.
That's
I
right.
can go.
Yeah. All right, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest for the evening. Mr. David Ewers is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Really,
Of course,
really
yeah.
appreciate you taking the time to come in. I know we've talked about it in the past. I think we even may have. Did I bring it up during Halloween?
I think so.
Do you remember seeing me during Halloween?
Yes.
Are you sure you saw me, or was it the Macho Man that you saw?
I saw the macho man, but I knew it was you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty fun night. Yeah, did you finish the party? Did you leave early? I don't even remember what time we left, but
We
it
left
was
kind of
nice.
early. My younger one, Nolan, who's a sophomore at North, he was at a different place, and I kind of wanted to he's getting at that age, right, where he's getting a little more independent on some of those holidays, and I kind of want to be back when I think he's going to be back, just to make sure
Yeah.
everything's good. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you didn't live. Do you live far away from where we were at that point?
No, I mean not too far. I mean, I just live across Metcalf.
Oh, okay.
I just live down the street from the CAA, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved there when I got the job at North. So we wanted to live in the attendance area. At that time, my wife worked on the plaza. That was her job. And I was previously the athletic director and associate principal at Mill Valley High School.
Okay.
And so when I got the job at North, and then we're both working east of I-35. It makes no sense to live way out here. I learned when I was an AD at Mill Valley, because I lived very close to the school. When you're an administrator, it's nice to be close to the school. Convenience, community.
Yeah.
It makes it better. It makes it more fun. I see our kids at the grocery store, go out to eat. And,
that's cool.
And I do have to say, we admire that about you, that you moved into the North area.
Yeah.
Like, for whatever reason, everybody's trying to leave it, but
that's crazy to me.
You came and you decided to join the North area.
Thank you. Yeah.
Admire
You came
that.
and you conquered.
Yes.
I'm still trying. It's a great place to live. I don't get it why people. I mean, you can be in downtown in 15 minutes. You can be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's its own community as well.
Yeah.
It's real tight knit neighborhoods. A lot of people judge from the outside.
I know. Yes. Yes.
That's cool. So, how are we feeling today? How was
Great.
How was your day today? Busy?
It was a busy day. So today is a weird. So we started finals today.
Oh, okay.
And so we did a block schedule. So we had finals the first 2 blocks, then review the second 2 blocks. A lot of kids want to leave at that time anyway, because they're everything's kind of done. So all 5 high schools send out a form for parents to release if their kids, if they want to. So then some kid, good about a third of them leave, and then it just kind of becomes a little bit chaotic there at the end.
Yeah.
Because you got some kids back. It disrupts the rhythm a little bit. But no, today was a good day, especially coming off a two big basketball wins last night.
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah, boys basketball varsity's undefeated. 3-0 for the first time since I've been at North. Even
Okay.
Even that wonderful state championship run.
Oh,
we were 2-2 going into the break. Now we played
okay.
some teams. Now I mean we played. I think we got beat by Barstow and St. John Vianney, based out of St. Louis, and I mean we played some really good teams. But it feels good to be 3-0. Kids are excited.
Right.
That's
there's
awesome.
a little bit of a buzz in the hallway.
Heck
So
yeah.
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I mean-
to see the girls last night and get that win,
Right.
that was big.
A Sunflower League sweep. It's been a while. But I can't remember exactly when. But that was
you're right.
nice. That was nice. And they were down too. They down and came back.
Yes.
I mean that's nice.
Yes.
Good for confidence.
Right. Right.
Boys kind of won ugly. I mean, if you go back and look at the game, we missed a ton of shots at the rim. So it feels good to get to a point in a program where we can not play to maybe our best and still win
True.
and still have a learning process
Yeah,
from it.
true.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're on basketball right
Sure.
now. Did you play basketball? Did you coach basketball? Are you a referee? Because we have a question.
Okay, so I'll get into it. So I was on my high school basketball team. I went to a small high school in Texas, Kemp High School, Kemp, Texas.
Okay.
Had about 330 kids, so real small place.
Okay. Real quick, where is Kemp, Texas?
So
Where
Kemp is pretty much like an hour southeast of downtown Dallas, basically.
Okay.
And it's on a big reservoir lake, Cedar Creek Lake Reservoir, and
And if you blink, you'll miss it.
100%. It's
Really?
one exit, small area. The lake is big,
Okay.
but the town is really small. And so I played my freshman year, my sophomore year. I made a decision my junior year to not play basketball, to focus on football, to try to get bigger, and because that was my primary sport. Worst decision I ever made. I thought it was great till that first basketball game. and I missed being around the guys, and I was not very good. I was not a good basketball player. I was fortunate, went to a small high school, really didn't have tryouts and stuff. So when I begged a coach, "Can I please come back my senior year?" And they said, "Sure," and I was actually the only senior on the team.
Oh.
And so the class behind the junior class was really good in football, basketball, all of it. So I played basketball. I wasn't a shooter. I don't think I ever scored 10 points in a game in my whole career. I'd rebound, guard, hustle, know the play, do all that like coach's kid stuff. My dad was not a basketball coach, but a coach. So I was that. I did coach basketball 1 year, and it was a blast. I was student in the fall of 2001 into the spring of 2002. The fall of 2001, I student taught at Shawnee Mission South High School.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It was great. It was Dr. Gilhouse's first year as the head principal. And they didn't have a football coaching spot for me, but Shawnee Mission East did.
Okay.
And I happened to just randomly get hooked up there, and that's back when Todd Dane was the head football coach actually at Shawnee Mission East. That's the first time I met him, and we've been friends and colleagues for the last 20-something years. But then that winter, guy that was teaching social studies at Shawnee Mission South, Mickey Masterson, who ended up being at North as an administrator.
Oh, really? Okay.
Associate principal for a while. We were having, he taught social studies. We were having lunch, and he said he needed a B team basketball coach. And I said, "Hey, I'll do it." He's like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." And and we had a lot of fun. It was one of those teams. We kept 20 I don't remember like it was yesterday. We kept 20 freshmen, and about 1 through 15 was about the same caliber of player, So our A team went 10-10 or something like that. Our B team went 18-2. We just dominated people. It was the only teams we lost to were A teams. I had an absolute blast doing it.
That was about the time when you were like, I think I think they may move me up to the A team to coach. And
I sat on the bench.
Switcheroo.
Yeah, I sat on the bench for the 18 games, but this other gentleman was the A team coach. But I was pretty young at that time. I wasn't a dad or anything. I just gotten married. But I love watching college football. That's one of my favorite hobbies. And when I was like, wait, we practiced during Christmas break, and we practiced during Thanksgiving. And I grew up, I'm a big Texas Longhorn fan, so we actually practiced basketball during the Texas A&M game. And I went home, and I'm like, I don't know if I can coach basketball. I mean, I'll do it this year, obviously, but I really I don't want to miss those games. It's such a long season. You coach over 2 breaks. So I was one and done, but it was a pretty good one. It was fun.
Right.
So yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. So going back to your childhood, how many siblings?
So just my sister.
Just you and your sister.
Just me and my sister.
And
so
she's older than you said?
Yeah, she's 8 years older than me.
Okay.
So it kind of a unique childhood. I mean, I think there's a phrase for this. I should know it, but like if it's only you and one other sibling and you're so many years apart, you kind of have like a only childhood like feel to your.
True.
So she went to college when I was in the 4th grade.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So from 4th grade on, it was just me, and then likewise for her, from 0 to 8, it was just her, and so although that's a little bit different, so it's unique. She spent a lot of time watching me as a kid. Both my parents are educators. My mom was has taught everything really, and then primarily elementary though. Okay. But I was always helping with like the school play and stuff like that. And then my dad taught history and coached football and track. I literally did the same thing he did before I went into administration.
Yeah.
But were you one of those kids like, no, I'm not going to be a teacher. No, I'm not going to be a teacher because you had parents that were teachers?
No, just the opposite.
Okay.
I knew I mean, I tell you what, probably like 4th or 5th grade, I was like, I like school. I like history. I like sports. The idea of coaching sounds cool.
Yeah.
By like 6th or 7th grade, I already had a pretty good athletic awareness of like, I might be good enough at a sport to maybe play it in college, but I'm not one of these dudes that thinks he's going to be like, it's going to end there.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to end at a smaller college, which it did.
Mm-hmm.
And so, no, I kind of wanted to right away. My dad actually tried to talk me out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He said, hey, you can be, I'll never forget him saying this. He said, you could be a very average lawyer and make a lot more than a great teacher. But I don't know. I liked it. I still like it. Like I've stayed with education, you know, I still, I like that. I like what public school does for kids.
Yeah.
So, I knew pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like teachers nowadays are telling their kids, don't go into education.
It's getting
Don't
harder.
Go into education. Yeah. So I didn't know if maybe your parents had did, but times are totally different
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
being a teacher back then and being a teacher now, totally different.
Yes. Yes.
So back then, I was a basketball player as well, and I thought I was so good. I think I could have went pro. I think I could have went pro. Yeah. That's what I used to say. But and then bringing up the B team, so I played A team, and then their excuse was, you know what? Why don't you drop down to the B team to help them out? So did you have like, okay, so the B team was, okay, so we had 8th grade and 7th grade, but our 7th grade was considered the B team, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But then they would let an 8th grader play with them.
Right down. Okay.
So apparently I played like a 7th grader as an 8th grader. But I had fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, because like you said, we went at that game, that year, at that time, I think we were only playing 9 games because I remember going 8-1.
Yeah, that's good.
And
yeah.
in our A team, I don't think they won a game all season.
Right.
So
Probably more fun to be on the B
they
team.
were all kind of like, well, damn, man, I want to play on the B team with you. You know, shit.
That happened a
I
lot.
had fun, yeah.
That happened a lot too. And you know, again, I was 23 years old.
Yeah.
The A team coach was an older retired gentleman. B team's winning, A team's kind of
right.
We had some of that too. Kids like, hey, can I come down to? Or we would have a kid that would start for the B team and then literally the next game start for the A. We just kept shuffling kids back and forth. It really was. It was like 1 through 14 or 15 was like the same caliber of player.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I mean, you know, winning's fun.
But you were talking, yours was at the high school.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Right?
never.
'Cause the freshman is where you could do an A and a B,
An
right?
A and a B,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So yours was more middle school, but same,
Yeah,
same
okay.
thing.
Same
Yeah.
concept. Yep.
Yeah. Sandy here was a baller. She played all 6 years, 8 years from middle school to high school. Yeah, she was on the varsity team.
I was just okay.
It'll be
It was fun, though. It was fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun sport.
Yeah.
I love to watch it. I like when I was younger and I could play it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, and then speaking of going back to your, we'll get back to the childhood, but going back to their 3-0, they put a nice butt whipping on my J.C. Harmon Hawks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, woo, man, yeah. I thought it was going to be close, and then all of a sudden North just pulled away. North finally said, okay, this is the way we're going to run it, and they did look good.
Yeah.
So that's good to hear how they're doing, and
Jiving as a team pretty well. They play good team defense. It seems like they help each other out a lot better. Really proud of Coach Hayes. I think he's done a good job since he's taken over the helm. And
how many seniors are on the team? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, I think there's 4 or 5.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and double check.
Yeah.
Is there?
Not a big group, but I think there's a solid amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know I was looking at the roster, and AC is the only one that was jumping out at me in terms of like starters.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't
Yeah,
he the only senior? Maybe?
Oh no, Jaron Barnett started. He started this last game.
Oh, okay.
Jaron's a senior.
Okay.
And then we had, is Josiah a senior or a junior? Josiah Harris might be a senior. So we might have 3 of the starters are seniors.
Okay.
Okay. So and back in the neighborhood that you grew up in, was basketball played a lot outdoors? Was there like basketball goals or?
All right, I won't take too much time on this because I don't want to bore people. But I had a very interesting childhood in that regard.
Okay.
I really don't have a hometown. We moved a lot as a kid. Like we moved. I lived in 5 different towns as a kid.
All there in Texas.
All in Texas, primarily in East Texas. When I was in 7th and 8th grade, we moved to a small town west of Fort Worth.
Okay.
That didn't work out, and then that's when we moved to Kemp, where I went to high school. And my parents were like, "Okay, you're at least going to go to high school all 4 years in one spot."
Man, this explains why you're such a good guy. You're from Texas.
That's right.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So my dad was he taught social studies, but he was also a high school football coach. Was his primary coaching sport. And regardless, I mean, even in small schools, I mean, I never went to a school that had more than 400 kids in a high school. And so, like, most of them they had one high school, one junior high, one, maybe 2 elementaries. So, like, really small districts. But even there, they just treat football differently down there, right? To where if the high school coach, that staff isn't doing well, like performing and winning, they will go in a different direction.
Oh.
And then almost like in the college world, the new person they bring in, that guy can bring in guys that he wants to coach. So then just like in college football, it kind of becomes like you travel with your staff. So I was born in Tyler. Me and Mahomes were born in the same hospital.
Nice.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. That's where
Really?
the similarities end in the quarterbacking world. But that's we were born in the same hospital. So I lived in Tyler for 2 years, in a little town called Jewett for 8, a little town called Cayuga for 3, Aledo for 2, Kemp for 4.
And so in each of those places, your dad was coaching and moving to different.
Yep. Oh. Yeah. The junior high years 2 years were pretty interesting because we were living in an area where my folks didn't have a lot of roots. East Texas, that's kind of like its own area, state almost, if you will. Like a lot of families get really close knit and they stick close to each other in East Texas. And so we just rented houses those 2 years because they didn't want to like buy a house, get stuck with trying to have to sell a house.
Right, yeah.
So during when I was in junior high, we actually lived in 3 different houses in the same town for those 2 years. So I just lived in junior high. I just lived out of boxes.
Oh, wow.
It was an interesting childhood, you know.
Yeah.
And then I had my wife who lived in her whole house, like her house from like,
right.
you know, from the jump. You know,
Yeah,
I think she lived. I think she maybe moved one time when she was like an infant.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
And where is she from?
She's from here.
Oh,
so
she lives from here. Okay.
She lives just down the road. Actually, she's off of like her parents are like off of like 75th and Neiman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that's crazy.
I give her grief. She's gonna get mad at me saying this on the podcast, but she lived in the North Attendance area and transferred to Northwest, and I give her grief about it every day.
I know.
She's like, of course you would become the principal at North.
Right?
It was one of those deals like a lot of kids over by Neiman.
Yes.
It was she actually walked to school.
I mean, it's so close.
Yeah,
I know.
And then her brother and sister followed her. They went to Northwest.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So,
but I still give her grief.
Yeah, little Mario was that last 8th grade class where there was still division, and some would go to Northwest and some would go to North. Yeah. And so he wanted to go so bad because all of his friends were going to Northwest, and we're like, no. This is your school attendance area. We're going to go to North. And that was before we really, well, our nephews were there. So we were already tied to North already a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, and I know he's so glad that.
Oh, yeah.
That,
but we are too.
Yes, that he made that decision. Well, we helped him make that decision to go to North. So
absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember how hard it was.
You know, Mr. Ewers, I've been calling you Mr. Ewers ever since you've. So it was kind of weird to call you Dave or David.
Yeah.
What do you go by, Dave, David?
Most people call me
Big
Dave.
D.
Most people call me Dave.
Dave, okay.
I'll introduce myself that way, but I don't care, you know.
Yeah. And I remember when you came into the North, and Marty Schneider would call you Coach. You know, and I was like, oh, okay, he's a coach. So then I think there was a few times I called you Coach because Marty and I were pretty close because we were coaching football, and we made sure we had that right team to throw right back up to North. And,
Absolutely.
Those are the fun. Like
No,
you said,
still-
coaching was fun. Yeah, it was.
That's still the best title I've ever had. Sometimes some kids even now, because I get close to the teams and stuff, especially when I have a kid playing on one of them. I'll have a kid call me coach, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, Mr. Ewers." I'm like, "Nah, you can call me coach any day. That's
Yeah.
fine. I love it."
Yeah, no, that's a cool title to have, especially as a principal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But you know what? I have to say this. Listening to your voice, has anybody ever told you you sound like Dana Carvey?
No.
Right?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do. Chris,
I love Dana Carvey.
yeah, because he was from Wayne's World, right?
Uh huh.
Yeah, you do. I could close my eyes and listen to you talk, and I think I have. We may have to do that. We may have to just say that you're actually Dana Carvey. No, I think
I wish
think
that was that funny.
No, that's cool. But yeah, so man, it's pretty wild that you said you've had so many different houses. Because one question I was going to ask was, what do you remember about your home? But apparently you've been
Boxes.
Yeah, no, but what's funny is I remember every one of them.
Yeah.
I mean vividly, and we did so many interesting things. When I was in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, we had a house literally in the middle of nowhere with about 20 acres. I remember putting up a barbed wire fence with my dad one summer, and we actually had couple head of cattle. Nothing serious, just kind of raised a little bit and then like sold to the market.
Yeah.
But that was kind of cool having
Did
that
you
much
ever get
land.
close with the animals?
No,
Like, never
I really-
gave it a name.
No,
Never...
I was kind of like just
You
I
knew
knew what
what
it
it
was. But that house was interesting. When I was when we moved to Kemp, where I went to high school, we lived in like a townhome thing for a while, and then my parents bought a lot and had a house built, and my dad helped. So my dad's built 2 houses from the ground up.
Wow,
I mean,
that's cool.
so he has that kind of talent. He's much more interesting than me from the standpoint of like he can drum, he knows stuff about cars, he knows every history thing, he can do football. His friends are a very vastly interesting group of people, kind of a real eclectic group,
Are they still in Texas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They live, and that they have since moved. So they moved 3 times after I graduated from high school. So they're very nomadic. But they finally got a place very close to actually where I ended up going to high school now, just the next town, little town called Athens. And they've been there now for a really long time, and that's going to be their spot.
So, did you ever think you wanted to stay in a small town?
I tell you what, when I was a senior in high school and I decided to go to Baker University in Kansas, like if someone had told 18-year-old me that this is what I would be doing now, I would have told them they're crazy. I mean, I was going to go to Texas. I was going to be a high school football coach, probably get on a staff with my dad, and then try to work my way up, become a head football coach, get my own. So life went completely different.
Yeah. So you were with Dad all the time when he was coaching.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you were in the back drops of all of the.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've been on I joke around with like our coaches at North. I've been on a Friday night sideline since I was 5.
That's
I
cool.
started off
That's
as
cool.
just worked my way like water boy, ball boy,
Yeah.
player, assistant coach, AD, administrator, and I just keep going to Friday night games for 40 something years
Who's
now.
to say that you didn't really end up on the field? You were still there every Friday.
Oh yeah.
I was seeing you, watching you get excited and running up and down the sidelines, and you're like a part of the coaching staff because we've seen you out there.
I probably overstepped my bounds a little bit. I'm like that during basketball too. I get a little amped up into it.
People are looking down on the field. Who's that guy with the black mustache? You put a fake mustache on and makes you act like a coach. And makes you nobody incognito and whatnot. Yeah. So what was it? So what was it like with friends? I mean, did you have friends? I mean,
I know. That's
Yeah.
what I
you
was
made
thinking.
friends and then you
Leave and then
and then make new friends.
Sure. Yeah. So
That's-
it probably I'm a very outgoing person
Yeah.
now as an adult, and I think if I try to think about it, probably my childhood played into that. When you're always moving into a small town, you're moving into a town with kids that have grown up there their whole lives,
Right.
most of them, and probably had family and family and family. And so it can be really challenging to break into a friend group
Yeah.
when you're a new kid in a little town, a small town. Fortunate, a couple things. In most small towns, the school is the main employer of people, and so therefore, teachers, coaches, even they're held to a. I mean, people are like, oh, this is our new football coach. This is our new, whatever. And then, so I had a little bit of an in with that already. I was a pretty good athlete. I mean, I'm nothing spectacular, but I was a good athlete, and so I remember it's another funny memory. I remember fourth grade when I moved there. I was kind of having a hard time making friends, but then there were only 2 fourth grade classes, right? Like for the whole school district. I mean, that's like this is one of
I
those.
thought you were saying for the school.
No, this is like one of those towns where here's the high school, here's the middle school, here's the elementary. It's all like connected-ish. There might be. So our fourth grade class played this other fourth grade class in dodgeball and PE, and I was left, and there were like 3 kids left, and I helped come back and win it for our class, and that kind of helped me make some friends. Crowning achievement, right?
Nice.
But that was a way to kind of make friends. But as far as like when I see what my own children have been able to do living in a suburban area, I'm like, wow, that would have been fun. I remember when I was in 7th grade, that's the first time I ever lived in a neighborhood.
Wow.
I'd always been in like a house kind of way out in the middle of nowhere, and I had this kid across the street, and he did not go to my school because the first house we rented was actually kind of in a little bit of an outskirt town where it fed to a different school district. So that was the first time I'd had a friend that didn't go to my school and wasn't in my like actual class.
Yeah.
And that was like fascinating to me. I was like, oh wow, I get to learn about this kid and what his school's like and all those things. And
Was he same grade or different grade?
he was same grade and just literally lived across the street. And that was like the greatest. I mean, we moved out of there in like a few months, and that stunk because I really wanted to stick with it, because I was like, man, I gotta do. I mean, we'd go throw the ball, we'd shoot baskets. I was like, man, this is fun. So
what was his name?
I can't believe it. Caleb Brewer. I can't believe
you
I can
go.
remember
No,
that.
that's
but
good.
I remember.
Yeah.
That's good to remember. I mean,
I don't remember where I put my
but-
keys yesterday, but I remember his name.
exactly. But by any chance, you keep in touch?
Oh,
You see him
no.
on Facebook? You ever even tried to look him up? Just
No.
shit, he could live right behind you as
He
far
might.
as you know, right?
He
You know?
might. I know. But yeah, that was a big, because so really my friends that I had, I just saw them at school. I mean, that's when.
Wow. I can't even
Fathom
fathom that.
it.
Yeah.
So I would leave, and then I had my other friends. Like I always had older friends because I was always at football practice.
Right.
Like when I was some kids are like the water boy or the ball boy that just show up Friday night. Like I was at.
Yeah.
I was at every practice. Like when a kid skips a practice at our high school now, I just can't wrap my head around that. 'Cause I'm like, I was the manager and I didn't miss a practice, Now, granted, that was also my ride home.
Yeah, that's true.
So you gotta play that. But yeah, it was, it's a completely different upbringing than what my wife had. And what a lot of kids at North don't know my background. They'd probably shocked, be like, wow,
That's cool.
yeah. So it's definitely different.
Yeah, different.
So back, anything back then? Do you remember getting into any little bit of trouble?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was not elementary. I was that classic. You've had this kid. That kid that knew where the line was and would just press right up to it almost all the time, and then occasionally step over it and mess up and get in trouble.
Oh yeah.
You talk about teaching being different, right? I actually received more swats at school than I did from my own parents in my childhood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I remember one time I knew one was coming, and I had a bunch of football cards that day in my desk or whatever, and I got called to the principal's office. I knew it was coming,
Uh-huh.
so I grabbed a bunch of those football cards.
Put
and
them in your
stuck 'em
pocket. Exactly. Yeah, I knew you were, I knew
Get a
you
little
were-
cushion here, because I knew this is happening.
It was either that or you're going to go in there and see if you can negotiate and trade some cards.
Right,
for,
right.
For a
Yeah, no. One
Oh.
time I got in trouble at the elementary school. The principal wasn't there. I went back to class and I was like, like a champion. Like, well, he's not here, And then the teacher just goes, "Oh, we'll just walk you." And it was literally like a little gravel road that separated, like not even like a real road, like a driveway. She goes, "Oh, we'll just walk you across to the high school and see your dad." And so my dad, he like gave me swats in the high school principal
did
office.
he?
Yeah, it was So
Oh, wow.
calling kid names,
Yeah,
something stupid.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't a bad kid. I didn't get in a lot of trouble, but I was ornery.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So your high school, were you there all 4 years?
I was there all 4 years. Yeah.
Okay, for that you were. What was your guys' mascot?
Okay, this is a funny one. This is classic East Texas. We were the Kemp Yellow Jackets.
Okay.
Okay, but our school colors were orange and black. So go figure that out. And we weren't the only team in our. There was another team in our. They call them districts down there, but our league. That was the same thing. Orange, so we actually played another orange and black Yellow Jackets. Like, I'm sure
Huh.
people were looking at that and like, what is wrong with these two towns?
Right. Yeah.
To which I
yeah.
could say a lot. There's a lot wrong with both the
Orange
towns.
and black. So you could
Yeah.
have been the Bengals or the Tigers
Right.
or
Or could have just been gold yellow jacket, yellow
Yeah, yeah,
jackets.
yeah,
That too.
right,
I don't know how that happened.
Do you own anything from your
High
high
school?
Oh
school?
yeah.
What do you have?
The letter jacket finally had to go away because it was.
Was it yellow?
It was orange, bright orange, and they actually so when you lettered down there, they that was the get. It wasn't just the chenille letter; they gave you the jacket.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Now, little caveat to that: like when a kid buys like a letter jacket now, that's like a leather sleeve. These were like vinyl,
Okay.
Oh,
and
okay.
and I think as recently as like last year, maybe the year before, when we have like a Decades Day at North,
Is that
Do
what
you
you
wear
wear?
yours?
I'd put that on. But we finally.
At least you can wear it still,
I
right?
still wear it, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wanting to represent Harmon when I went to the school. That was my old school. I have a senior
Your senior sweatshirt.
sweatshirt. Yeah. Oh no, that's not. It does not. I don't even think Chris could fit it. It's just. Yeah, I still have it. I
Yeah.
still see my name down there on that.
So I had that until we had to get rid of that, and then I may have acquired my senior football jersey from the school
Nice.
that I still have.
No, that's cool.
Nice.
So
You ever just put that on?
I wear that. So
Would
for
you wear that
Decades
as well?
Day, I'd had the jersey and the jacket. So this year I just wore the
The jersey.
just the jersey. And again, it doesn't. It just says jackets on it, not yellow jackets.
Oh, okay.
So that confuses people, and then I get to explain to them.
Yeah.
We were the orange and black yellow jackets, which
Yeah.
makes literally no sense at all.
How'd you wear your hair back then?
Oh man.
Because tell me, you put a wig on when you wear your jacket and your.
To match the
no.
neck.
Yeah,
So
gotta go back.
I always kind of kept my hair short
Yeah.
as a high school kid. I went through that stage when I was in eighth grade. What was eighth grade? I was like 92. Where hair was kind of the bowl cut or like the floppy parted down the middle. There's a picture somewhere out there that I don't want people to see where I'm looking like that. Probably wearing short overall, like short alls with one strap down.
Oh, I remember those
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Yeah, the '90s. Yeah.
But yeah, usually I always kind of kept my hair short. Looking back, I regret that now because I could have had longer hair. I would love to have long hair now, but it's just not an option.
So did you ever get to play for your dad?
Yeah. So he was always an assistant coach. He was assistant coach when I was in high school.
Okay.
He had two separate head coaching stints. When I was in fourth, fifth, and sixth grade, he was the head coach. And
okay.
that's why we moved there. He had an opportunity to become a head coach. And then when I was in junior high, he joined that staff as an assistant when I was in seventh grade. And then the guy he went to go work with, he resigned kind of late. He just chose he didn't want to do it, like kind of late in the school year. So then my dad got promoted to the head coaching position in my eighth grade year.
Oh, okay.
And then the school district got a new superintendent. and she had a guy that she really wanted. And so they kind of forced him out. And it was tough because this school now, they were on the verge. They're a high school powerhouse now.
Oh, are they?
They're
Oh.
really good. Alito High School. I mean, if you look
Okay.
them up there, and funny how I remember this stuff. My 8th grade class, we were around 500. The 7th graders behind us were undefeated, and they had some dudes. I graduated high school in 97. They won state in 98. They won their first state title in 98, and they've gone on to win
Oh, wow.
something
Many
like
more.
7. I mean,
Nice.
you win 7 down there. I mean, there's the number of high schools is ridiculous. So
But you said your high schools are so small.
mine were small. Now this high school, Alito High School, has now grown.
Oh, okay.
It's a suburb of Fort Worth. When I went to school there, it was probably a 3. That might have been the biggest high school that I was associated with. Maybe 400 kids. They now have close to 2,000 kids.
Oh, okay. 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 That makes sense. I'm thinking about like how the Kansas schools are so small that they play the 8-man football or
Yeah.
whatever. And so I didn't know if that was similar.
So there was a town in my area. There's a lot of towns around that lake. Trinidad High School, Trinidad, Texas. So they don't do 8-man down there. They do 6-man football.
Oh.
Now that's like basketball on grass.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it is just, their
Yeah.
their scores are
Really?
like
Okay.
80 something to
Oh, my gosh.
60 something. Because I mean, you break one tackle. And
Yeah.
that's a
Pretty
smaller
much, yeah.
field, but still, it's half
Yeah.
the guy. I mean, it's still like an 80-yard field, so
Never
you
thought
can
about
really.
that. Yeah.
And it was flag football or it was
No, it's
tackle?
full on tackle,
So-
6-man football.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never, I've never seen it. I'm sure I can find it online and watch.
I've never
something
seen one
like that.
live either.
Yeah.
I've never seen an 8-man game either in Kansas.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to go one day. Go watch one.
Yeah. Or just go online.
Yeah.
Go online and catch it. Yep. Did you guys have, your senior year, I mean, not senior, but high school, did you have a hangout spot? Was there a certain hangout spot that you guys went to?
Yeah. So the town's really small.
Uh-huh.
All right. So
Don't tell me it's the gym.
oh no. When I first was starting to drive when I was a sophomore,
Okay.
we would because I was an older kid. I have a July birthday, so my parents started me a little later.
Okay.
Actually, that's
Okay.
actually not true. I actually went to kindergarten twice.
Okay.
Because in one of my little small towns, when I was 5, I just turned 5 in July. There just wasn't great preschool or daycare options in this small town. My parents, of course, were teaching. So they said, okay, we're going to start him in kindergarten. Well, academically I did fine, but I was immature. Some would say I still am. but my parents said, like, hey, can he go again? We don't want him to be the youngest. And the school kind of pushed back.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
and then they were like, no, and it's the best thing that happened to me. So it helped me just grow up.
Yeah, I totally agree 100%.
Yeah.
But I think what we've heard is in Texas, here I feel like parents are just pushing their kids 5 years old, time to go. Even if they just turned 5, it's time to go to kindergarten.
Especially in our attendance area.
Yeah. But in Texas, because it is a big football state, that parents purposely hold their
Oh.
kids back.
Yeah.
So that they
It's like
can
a
be
red
the
shirt.
biggest, oldest, strongest, fastest as they grow. So
Yeah.
is that true?
That definitely happens. That even happened when I was a kid. That wasn't my parents.
Right.
Even though he's a football coach, I'm really proud of him for that. He never really pushed me into it.
Okay.
I was begging to play tackle football. My dad wouldn't let me play tackle football till 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
He didn't want me to play tackle football till 7th. Again, small schools, the high school coaches would work with the middle school kids
to help prepare.
There's also
as
an athletic
a-
hour down there, which is way different than us. You even have an athletic hour in middle school.
Oh,
So a lot of the coaches down there kind of teach about half the day because that's their schedule. Like they'll go to middle school athletics and they'll help coach the middle school football team or help them in weight training and stuff like that.
okay.
And same for the high school. So I never took a PE class in high school. I didn't know what that was like. I had athletics all 4 years.
Oh, okay.
And so that's where you would start either football practice or basketball practice. And in the spring, that's actually when we would do like full on spring football. Not padded, but like we would start. And then you would go to track practice or baseball, but spring football was first.
Okay. Did you? I'm guessing the coaches were teachers there as well.
Some were teachers. The head football coach was also the athletic director, and that's still pretty common practice down there.
In these small towns, he could have been also the plumber, the sheriff, kind of like
Yeah.
Mayberry.
Oh yeah. Well, so my dad drove all the coaches down there get their in small towns, or at least they did. They get their bus driving like so they would drive the team. But I would love to do that here because we have a big busing problem because we don't have enough drivers. I wish I could pay coaches extra and have them get that bus driving and then the coach could drive the team and we wouldn't have to, because right now you can. I'm going on a tangent, sorry, but you can get a bus at like 1:00 in the afternoon, or you can get one at like 4:15. So if you play that weird, this probably happened when Ileana was in school. Like if we play Free State, they'd have to leave at 12:30 and just go sit over there at Free State for 4 hours until. So it was a mess. So yeah, that would be a good thing. But my dad did that too. Yeah,
That's cool.
What about stores? Was there a mall?
So the closest, it's probably another reason you're probably like, man, he talks a lot. You learn to talk. You learn to talk. If you had when I was in high school, if you had I had a couple girlfriends in high school, right?
At the same time?
No, too small of a school for that anyway. I mean, it's just
That's true, that's true.
But if we were gonna go on a date, to maybe eat somewhere or even go to a movie, so. The closest movie theater was Athens, which is kind of where my parents live now. So that's a half-hour drive just to go to a movie.
Yeah.
So better have something to talk about, right? I mean, otherwise it's gonna be kind of a awkward drive. The closest shopping mall was in a little town called Mesquite, which is a suburb of Dallas.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we had a family that lived there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, one time.
So Dallas was an area as a kid I would try to go to a lot. It's a long way from my parents. It's like an hour away. Totally different driving too. You go driving in a little town to some of the hardest driving probably in the country outside of L.A.
Yeah.
But I think Dallas is even more dangerous because L.A. is just bumper to bumper, whereas Dallas is
And
in and out,
and crazy.
Spaghetti bowls. And
Yeah.
Not,
But I used to go, when I was a little kid, I got to go, or younger in high school, I got to go to a couple concerts like Deep Ellum, or I'd like to go to that area sometimes.
Yeah.
It was fun. But yeah, closest shop, Town East Mall in Mesquite. That was where
okay, Mesquite.
you would go.
That's cool. Yeah. How about a job? Did you have
Yeah.
What was your very first job?
My very first job, I was a freshman in high school. We lived near a country club that was not like country. I mean, it was a golf course, very, very low key country club. And I started working there right when I moved to Kemp, and I was one of those kids that cleans the carts out, connects the carts, drives them down to the cart boy, and then cleans them off and parks them. And then I would also clean out I drove around this picks up the range balls, that has the big cages on it.
Yeah.
To this day,
the target.
Yeah, to this day, I will never aim at a kid doing that because I've lived through that. It's especially if your back's to it, and it's a metal. I mean, it sounds like a cannon going off, and it just scares you to. Yeah.
So people would purposely do that to you guys?
Yeah, people do that all the time.
Still to this day.
Right, yeah.
But I don't. I'm I'm never gonna aim for that because I lived that life. It's not fun.
So it's just that.
But you think maybe nowadays they would make those carts maybe a little better?
Probably a little better than what.
The,
But
the
still,
one
the
you were driving was
sound of-
probably made out of wood and then
That one just,
yeah, like a wagon. Here, just put this football helmet on and
that'd be different.
So I did that job for quite a few years, and then I would work. I did a lot of work for my dad, not paid, but because my dad's a real handyman and can do things. I would help him.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't hope this doesn't hurt his feelings. I wouldn't really learn anything. I mean, I was kind of like hey, go grab me that wrench. Go grab me that. So I was like the runner.
Yeah.
And then I worked at a grocery store before I went to college. I worked. I was a bagger.
Nice. Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
So
tips? Did you work for?
No. So that you couldn't tip, and this was
What?
crazier too. You couldn't tip And I felt like I was sick that whole summer because it was kind of an old school, you know, I don't know, Southern hospitality or whatever, where like you would bag it, you would push the cart out for the
out to
people, and then put it in the car.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So, you know, the grocery store, June and July in Texas, the grocery store, the AC's cranked down or whatever. Of course, outside it's 188, you
Yeah.
know, and you're just going back and forth from that. I mean, I was sick like the whole summer because I was just constantly in and out of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were my two big jobs.
Do you remember how much you were making an hour?
It was minimum wage, so probably what was it by then? $7-8, you know.
Yeah, because I did the same thing. I worked at a Thriftway, and we would sack groceries. We would take them out, and they would give us a nice tip. And our bosses were like, "Yeah, whatever. They give you a tip, that's fine." It got to the point where we would all sit there and we'd watch who'd come in, and then we kind of like wait until we see the line that they're going in, and everybody would run to that.
Yeah.
And then you try to time it out because, you sack the grocery, you take that one out, then the next person steps in. And then, so we kind of like, okay. It was crazy.
Do you recall how much you were making?
There, I think it was like maybe $3.
$3. That's what I remember. It was like 3 something is what
Yeah, so the tips were good.
the minimum wage was.
Yeah. Well,
I
those some good times. Do you ever share these stories with the boys?
Sometimes, yeah. They don't ask though.
Yeah.
You know.
That's my job. So when they watch it,
They might learn something. I want to know why they didn't learn something about their dad. You know, they're at that age now where
Right. You're not cool enough.
No,
right now.
no.
this is why we do this. It's kind of brings back stuff that maybe you've never even talked about.
Oh yeah.
I
I haven't thought about Caleb Brewer
I was gonna
since you
say,
brought
yeah.
that
No,
up.
that's-
I can't believe I pulled that name out. That's crazy.
I know.
No, that's pretty cool.
Do you remember your whole old phone number? You know.
Yeah, do you?
You know what's funny? I don't remember my phone number. I remember my grandmother's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well,
My grandma and grandpa. Yeah, like yeah.
or the two girlfriends.
It's just two. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad was a scary guy. He taught government. He was kind of a, not scary, but he's tough classroom.
Yeah.
So I always say that's the reason I didn't have a lot of girlfriends. It wasn't me. It was because he was so tough.
Yeah.
Girls that were scared to date me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he taught government. Was it a hard class? Were there people that are saying they didn't want to take that class because it was too hard?
No, he
Or his expectations were probably
his behavior expectations were pretty high. But he kept it really. I took my dad's class. That when in a school that small, I had my
Yeah.
mom in fifth grade.
Okay, so you did have her as
I
well.
had her.
Okay.
And then I had her for some of the day. But my
Okay.
homeroom teacher was next door and I got in trouble with her a lot because like. My mom always knew too because like their rooms were right next to each other, so she would walk out and just close my mom's door. I'm like, I know you're going to talk to her about it later anyway. It doesn't matter. But I had my dad for government. He kept it really interesting, honestly. Like a lot of good discussions and stuff like that. I mean, he's like and probably gave some of that to me. Fascinated with the political process and government and stuff like that. Great story about my dad though. This is a good one. He's a bad speller. Like if he, I mean,
I
like
can relate.
if he's just handwriting, if he doesn't have, if it's on a computer, fine, spell check. But like if he's just writing, he misspells a lot of words. He tells the class this up front, like because that's back in the day when you would write a lot on the board. He's like, hey, I misspell words. I'm not the best speller. Please don't make fun of my spelling. I don't mind if you down the road help me correct, but don't make a spiel of it.
Yeah.
Semester goes on. Of course, he made me sit right in the front row, center. And then there was this girl that I really liked sitting right to my left. And so we were having kind of a fun discussion, and it kind of turned to bantering a little bit among like the whole class and my dad a little bit, me in there, blah, blah. And it was a light moment. And he turned around and he wrote something. I don't even remember what he wrote. And my idiot, I go, hey, you misspelled that.
Of all people.
Of all people. And I mean, he just stopped His back's to the class. He just stopped, and he put the pen down, and he told us to open. He made us copy the book.
Oh.
And so I'm front row. I mean, I can just feel these eyes just burning. And I was like, dang, what were you thinking? Like, it's one of those, like, you tried to catch it and bring it back. Didn't, yeah.
Dang.
So that was a.
No, I get that.
I stayed afterwards. I said, I'm sorry. He said, that's fine, but you need to get out. And I'm like, okay.
Okay. If you look over there at the episodes, at number 3, I have print. Did I spell that right?
Yes.
I spelt it like 6 or 7 times, and it just doesn't look like it says principal.
So I get emails a lot, obviously, right? And so a lot of people will spell it PLE, like a principle of the principle of the matter. And so that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I didn't know if I even spelled it right, and I did have a little sign up there that says, I can't remember. It said something about don't judge my spelling.
Oh yeah.
So when people would come here and read it, and so
you get it when he's talking about.
So
his
exactly,
dad.
Yeah. No.
Because I'm sure there's words out there that you can write, and you're like, does that look right?
Yeah. Good thing for spell check.
Yeah,
I've become worse at spelling and handwriting now because of the computer.
Yeah.
A lot of it fixes it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Man, it's pretty cool. Well, what do you think the kids today are missing out on what you had from back in the day?
I think about this a lot just because of my job.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing they miss out on, and what hurts me, honestly, not to get serious, but like for this generation, they are missing out on the ability to make a mistake and not have everybody know about it immediately through social media.
Yes.
I just made, because they're just kids, and you do something that you're like, oh, well, that was wrong. You make a bad choice, you make a bad decision, you say something you didn't mean to say to somebody, and you hurt them, and then you feel bad, and you go back and apologize. And like, a kid makes a mistake now, it is an instantaneous microscope, and that's just, it's made them grow up in that way so much faster. Yeah. And so that's
so true.
That's tough. That's true. I think they miss out on that the most.
Kids aren't kids very long anymore.
No.
They're having to grow up so fast.
Yep. It ends really quick.
Yeah.
Even if you try, we like, with both our boys, we held out on cell phones pretty late. We held out on social media pretty late. But now, kids use Snapchat almost like as a text messaging way now, to where, my youngest was like, Dad, I'm missing out on stuff because I don't get to, they have a Snap group, and like they'll go to the park and play basketball, and I didn't even know about it. I have a Snapchat account purely to communicate with Nolan. That's it.
Really?
I don't follow anybody else. I don't talk. That's just how because I know he'll answer it quicker.
Yeah.
I told the kiddo the other day in school, I wish there was a way that the school could have an account to blast to kids stuff that we really want them to know to their Snapchat accounts, because I know they look at that. They don't look at their email, but they look at those.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's how it works, or I'm not smart enough to develop that.
Yeah,
but I think that's the biggest thing they're missing, right? Like, just the ability to just be a kid and make a mistake and not have it immediately everywhere.
Not have it blasted out there.
Yeah.
No, you're so right. Yeah. I remember we could just be kids and run the streets,
make a mistake
and have fun.
Right.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. What today is, it's just crazy the way the world runs now, right?
Right.
Damn it, people listen to music. You'll be all right after that.
That's right.
Christmas right around the corner.
Yes.
Is that right? 8 days until Christmas?
I think we counted 9 today.
Was it 9?
I believe so.
I gotta start shopping. I'm terrible.
Last minute shopper?
I am.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hey Siri.
I think it's 9.
Hey Siri. Damn it, Siri! All right, she don't want to listen to me today. That's fine. You remember Christmas as a kid?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Was it one of your favorite holidays?
As a kid, for sure,
Right.
we did the same, regardless of what town we were living in. We did the same thing every year.
Okay.
So my great grandmother was one of the most remarkable human beings I have ever met. She lived to be 101.
Oh, that's why you got to.
I mean, yeah, she was like in my office right now at school. There's a picture. It's probably one of the last photos taken. It's when my son Nolan was. So he was born in January. We probably got down there around March. I'm trying to remember when she passed. But I mean, we got a picture of Nolan and Major, my two boys, me, my dad, my grandmother, and we called her Nana. For the longest time in my life, I didn't even know what her real name was. Like when I got married and Ramona was like, "What's Nana's real name?" I go, "I don't know, Nana." I mean, like, I mean, and then she passed, and but I asked earlier, but Gladys was her name.
Okay.
But she was amazing. She lived in a house. So they lived in rural East Texas. My grandfather passed away the summer before I went to college.
Okay.
My dad's dad, and so we would go. My mom's parents lived in Dallas, like downtown Dallas. They were city people, right? And so we would go there either New Year's Eve during the day, or no, never mind. We would go there a lot of times Christmas Day in the afternoon, evening.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the luxury of everything being close. But every Christmas Eve, we would go to my Nana's house, which was down the road from my grandmother's house. So grandma, my dad was one of 4 boys. So all my uncles and then my cousins, we would all be there, and we would do Christmas there. And then we would all go down to Nana's, which was this tiny, tiny house. But there would be 50, 60 people. It's a huge family. And there was we would draw names and do a gift exchange. Then all of us Henri boys and some of the uncles, and we would take the wads of paper and throw them at each other, like sneak it occasionally. And that made Nana mad, but we would do it anyway. Big meals, like there's a noon meal at grandma's and then an evening meal at Nana's. So you just eat like crazy. And then we'd get back home super late. Christmas Eve night, do Christmas at our house. Santa would come when I was a kid. I better not do that. There might be a little one that walked.
No, you're good.
Okay. And then we'd get up and go to my mom's parents in Dallas. And so that was a pretty consistent tradition. So my wife, when she was growing up, they always did the Christmas Eve service. She grew up Lutheran. And so when I moved up here and we got married, and I'm like, what is this, going to church on Christmas Eve? Like, I never did that. It's not that. I mean, we went to church, but it wasn't a Christmas Eve thing for us. So that was always like, we go to Nana's house. That was that was a number one.
Right.
My parents have kind of taken over hosting that now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Do you guys go?
we don't go a lot. That's
okay.
it's something that bothers me, right? Like I wish I could get down there more. Sometimes it's just the job and travel and it's about a 10-hour trip now, and it's just so.
Yeah. It's a drive.
It is a drive, yeah. Yeah.
As a kid, did you ever write Santa a letter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And then, of course, later on, you see it again.
Yeah.
I think Mario or somebody came up with one.
They recently found some letters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I said, Santa just brought him back. He brought the letter back and brought you your gift. That's just the way it works.
Yep.
Yeah. So you celebrate Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
It's like 2 days of celebration, right?
As a kid, that's
Yeah.
kind of what it was. And we were, like I said, we were fortunate. Both grandparents were, within a 2-hour radius. So not close, I get real jealous. So like, we like as an adult now, we go to Ramona's parents every Christmas Day because it's across the freeway. I mean,
Right.
it's right there.
Yeah.
But I know that I have a lot of friends that have both sets of their parents are in town and close, and they could hear. And I was like, well, that'd be kind of nice,
Yeah.
But
Your family doesn't want to move up here to the cold?
no, they finally gave up on me moving back there.
Oh, so they were trying to get you
they were
to come back.
putting the press
Gotcha.
on when early in our
Yeah.
marriage and early in my
Right.
adulthood.
Right.
But I really liked it. here from the jump. Like I really
Did you?
just
Yeah.
I like how I'll be honest, I like how sports are having lived that as a kid. I like how sports are taken seriously, but it's not like life or like you're not gonna make you up and move if
Oh,
you're not.
okay,
I mean, 'cause
okay.
that's how I grew up, right? Like, oh, if we
Yeah.
have a bad football season, I'm gonna have to maybe move somewhere else and
Yeah,
make a
that's
make a
wild.
whole new set of friends
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
that's
go through all
wild.
this mess again. And like
Yeah.
I'm delighted as I'll get out that Nolan is he's going to be a North kid kindergarten through senior year. Like that is just like awesome. Like
Yeah.
that's like,
Wow. Has it been that long?
yeah. So he was a kindergarten. Yeah, I'm in my 11th year
Wow.
at North. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I started, he was a kindergarten.
Yeah. That's crazy to
Yeah.
think about.
Yeah,
Because your oldest, he was
6th grade.
yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So he
Said-
was 6th grade 1 year, and then he went to middle school, and I think that's when they all. 'Cause- Yeah.
Yeah, because he's graduated 22.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boy,
Okay.
my years run into each other.
I
now.
know,
That's
right?
just
Yeah.
getting kinda,
Yeah. Okay, because I do remember like meeting you guys
Yeah.
at the middle school
Uh-huh.
when the boys were
That's right.
just starting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know, how'd you end up at Baker?
Yeah.
How did that whole
Yeah.
they came recruiting you down there?
So I don't know if it's self-deprecating or not, but I call myself like a Texas leftover kid, right? Like so there's so many high schools, therefore so many players. Probably a lot of good ones that get. It's probably the same reason how people go. How in the world did Patrick Mahomes end up at Texas Tech? How was he not at A&M or Texas or or how does Ohio? I mean. You can pick any Power 5, KU and K-State have tons of kids from Tech. Iowa State, people are like, how do they get there? Well, there's scholarship limits, but there's a lot of players. And that's just the Division I. And then at the time that I was there were not a lot of, hardly any Division II schools in Texas and really not a lot of Division III or NAIA in Texas. So it's kind of like you were going Division I or a JUCO, or you didn't, or you'd have to go find somewhere, right? And so Baker had a coach who, I don't know how. I mean, he was from my high school's rival, the town right down the road. Maybank is the name of the town, arch nemesis. And he went to Maybank, but he was in charge of recruiting East Texas. So Baker knew that there's some leftover kids down there, I like to call us, that were looking to play, but probably weren't going to have an opportunity to play in the state of Texas.
Right.
That would be willing to travel if they really wanted to play football. So set up a visit, came up and visited the campus, and I loved it. Like I don't know if you've ever been to the campus in Baldwin, but it's a really pretty campus, all like on one city block. But it's a really pretty campus. I liked the history of the program. They're the winningest program in NAIA history. Some of that's by default because they have chose to stay NAIA, while some schools have like gotten good and left and tried to go to NCAA or whatever. Like William Jewell used to be NAIA. I mean, like we used to, and now that they ended up going to NCAA Division II.
Oh, okay.
So, but they so I like the winning aspect of it. I liked the head coach, and so I went there and. Really liked the place. I got homesick the first semester, like every kid that goes far away did. But I loved being a part of a team. I think that helped me in college. Accountability in a small school.
Yeah.
I remember I skipped my college algebra class 3 times the first semester of my freshman year. All 3 times I saw the professor later that day, and he was like, "Hey, where were you?" And I was like, "Okay. This isn't like the stories you hear from your friends that maybe went to a bigger place or whatever.
Right.
Like they're gonna. I mean, so I mean, I literally, if I counted up right, I think I skipped 5 or 6 classes my entire college career.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's expensive too. So I kind of did like a little bit of the math.
Yeah.
Like I'm wasting this much money
Right.
if I don't go to this class, and so it helped. So that's where I mean.
So you were a quarterback there?
I was a quarterback.
All 4 years?
All 4 years, yeah.
Nice.
But it's kind of fun. The recruiting stories, you know. So when Coach Williams was his name, when he was recruiting me, he's like, "Hey, I've been sent down here. I've been told to go get an East Texas high school quarterback to come up here." I said, "Great, Coach. That sounds awesome." So then I show up with 5 other Texas quarterbacks at Baker, all freshmen.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And two of them for sure were a lot better than me. But they just didn't stick it out. You know, they got homesick. They got in some grade trouble. They got in some other trouble, or they got, you know, whatever. And I was the only one that stuck it out and stayed.
Okay.
So,
Do you have any good stories as far as on the field and?
yeah, there's a couple good ones.
Yeah, let's hear 'em.
So my sophomore year, I was slated to be the backup. So I worked my way from whatever 5th or 6th string as a freshman all the way to backup as a sophomore. Again, just sticking it out, right?
Yep.
And the starter goes down the first game. I get thrown into the starting role. Play okay for a sophomore that doesn't know what he's doing. He comes back from injury, and rightfully so. You know, you don't lose your job to injury. He comes back to start. We're playing William Jewell, and we're down a touchdown, and he gets hurt, and I come in right away. First play, throw a pick. Right.
Oh.
Our defense gets a stop. We get the ball back. About a minute and a half left, and drive us down for the game-winning touchdown. So that was a fun.
Nice.
That was a fun memory. That was a fun one for sure. And then another one, we played Benedictine College that same year. This is back when we didn't have turf at Baker.
Oh,
And in the same field they used for Baldwin High School, Baldwin Junior High, and Baker. So we had a bunch of rain. It was October. So by the time we play this game, I mean, it's mud. I mean, it's just pure mud. But me, our fullback, and our tailback all rushed for 100 yards in this mud bowl, and we beat them pretty soundly.
Nice.
A lot of turnovers on both sides, but then that game was the only time I ever got injured in a game. I had an AC joint deep bruise that forced me to miss a game.
Throwing arm.
On the throwing arm.
Dang.
Yeah, so that was.
So you're like, I'm going left-handed. Let's go.
Yeah, that would have been nice. So yeah, those are two of the good memories.
That's
cool.
cool.
Of on the field stuff.
Yeah.
Camaraderie. I still talk to some of those guys.
Yeah.
I go to Baker games a lot.
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah.
It's good football. You know, people that never been to an NAIA game, they don't understand the size of the guys and how good. I mean, there's 300-pound plus dudes. It's good college football.
Yeah. You remember taking a good hit?
Oh, God, the game I got thrown into when the starter went down, week 1, sophomore year. I mean, it was the first possession actually. It was one of those. It was a play action pass where you turn your back to the defense and you play, and I'm there and I'm about to throw. It's like one of those ones you see on highlight videos. I mean, like I had the ball right here, and as I'm dropping back, I get hit and boom, like the ball went. I mean, she drilled me right in the back. First thing that hit was like my face. I mean, I was like.
Welcome
Welcome to college football.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, it's some good hits for sure.
That's good. Were you able to keep anything from there, like a helmet or jersey?
They gave us jerseys because Baker's an interesting place. Baker has one school color, orange.
Yeah.
Oh, back to the orange.
Yeah, I was orange. I was orange and black in junior high, high school, and college.
Okay.
At 3 different places.
Okay.
So.
Didn't that want to make you become a Browns fan? Or
No. As a matter of fact, it's tough now because there's that school down the road that's orange and black. That I don't,
yeah, right.
So now I'm like,
that
great.
we don't
now,
speak of. Yeah,
I don't like. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's a school where I say it reminds me of being in a Home Depot or something.
Oh yeah. They gave with orange being the only official color, my first 2 years of Baker, the football team was orange and black. But sometimes like other sports would wear blue and orange because they would accent it different ways. Kind of like how like Tennessee, University of Tennessee, like their women's basketball team has like orange and a little bit like a powder blue.
Yeah.
So our president of the university wanted football to switch and they did, and it drove us nuts. So we had to be blue and orange too. So then my junior and senior year, our uniforms looked almost exactly like Syracuse. We went from a black helmet to, so we used to be like pretty much all black and a smidge of orange, and I think that kind of made him mad. And so they were that my junior and senior year, and we didn't like it. And then they went through some bad seasons, where they just didn't play as well to Baker standard. And then they got some alumni heat, and they went back probably about 5 years after they switched. They went back to letting football be black.
Yeah.
And so,
well, were you with us when we were the maroon or whatever, the red?
When North was still wearing that burgundy maroon color.
no, I coached against North when that happened.
Oh, you were
but
coaching.
I didn't,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I coached against North in the 2001, that team that had Mac Brown and Brooks Faddis and they were, oh man, they put
okay.
I was doubting my coaching choice at that point. That
Really?
was our fourth week. That was our fourth game of the year. I was at Shine Machines with Coach Dane. We'd already got beat. We were 0-3 going into that game. It was at the old North Stadium, with the trees and the cool bleachers and the trees, like what we never should have changed. Sorry if I get in trouble for saying that, but that's
Wait. What do you mean Old North Stadium?
same spot, but like with the old bleachers.
I don't even remember the old bleachers.
Oh man, it was beautiful. It's like they had all those trees behind the home
Really?
bleachers. It used to be smaller and more like
intimate.
And you could kind of have a great experience.
Oh.
Grass field. I mean,
Okay.
So, but yeah, there's this big row of trees. But you have to look up in a yearbook.
That's what I was going to say. We
Yeah.
have to go through the archives.
Like
and
an old,
see what it
it
looked
just
like.
big old row of trees behind some old bleachers. It just looked cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I wanted to see what North looked like back in the day, we would go to Applebee's.
Yeah,
You had all the old pictures there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we're playing North, and we ended up having a pretty good year that year. But in the early going, we were kind of feeling, figuring out what we were going to be, and it was 49-0 at half.
Oh.
I mean, North was just destroying it, and I remember. You just remember those moments, right? Like I remember I ran across the field because we were on the other side for some reason. I know why. It was probably Shiny Machine's home game.
Oh, okay.
So we were on the home side, and North was, but we had to run across and go behind the visitor bleachers, and that's when they had put you in a locker room over there.
Oh, okay.
And I remember running across that field, and I'm like, I should have listened to my dad, and I should have become a lawyer. Like I am not a good football coach. This is not
Isn't
working
that wild
out.
how that can do that to you?
Yeah.
That quick,
Yeah.
from between 4 games, you start to doubt yourself like that.
Oh, it was I was, like I said, I was young. I was 23 years old.
Yeah.
And I was just like, ooh, maybe I picked the wrong thing. Maybe I'm not. Maybe this isn't for me.
Yeah.
So let's get in what took you down this principal path. What originally inspired you to get into education? Was it the parents?
So my parents, I it's not the easiest life, right? But I do I did appreciate what they did. I could see even as a kid, that like how much kids liked my mom and kids liked my dad and how they would gravitate, to them and
Just hearing that last name all the time, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing my dad call Coach or Mrs. Ewers, and
Yeah.
of course down there everything was yes sir, yes ma'am. That's kind of especially in rural, cities in Dallas, like Dallas or whatever now. I mean, Dallas is so eclectic now. It's so it's like a world city now. I mean, there's so many people from all over the world that live there. But that inspired me for sure. I had good coaches as guys that I trusted.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun to see now. Like I see my own son, both of them. I saw Major with Coach Davidson. I see Nolan. He really gravitates to our new strength coach, Coach Hance, and Coach Long and Coach Hay, a lot of them. And it's fun to see Coach Parks. I mean, he gets along really well with a lot of them. But it's fun to see someone else have the effect on your son that I felt as a kid. It didn't have to be my dad. It could be other coaches. Kind of had that. They could feel something sometimes that I didn't want to hear from my dad.
Yeah.
And I get that now.
Yeah.
And so I don't get my feelings hurt about it. I know sometimes dads maybe do. I don't, because I lived that as
Right.
my own, and I kind of can do that. So that really pushed me to it for sure.
Yeah. I have a quick question. Growing up in Texas,
Mhm.
I heard you speaking some Spanish at one of the meetings.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I try.
Did you grow up with maybe some Spanish down in Texas? Was there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, big Latino population, right? I mean, even in my high school, two of my good friends, Arturo and Manuel Martinez, they lived down the road from me, and I gave those guys a ride home a lot.
Oh, okay.
And really good dudes, and but really, I tell you what it was. It goes back to education. I was fortunate. I had a phenomenal high school Spanish teacher.
Okay, so you took some Spanish classes as well. Okay.
And then in college, I ended up taking 11 hours from my Bachelor of Arts Spanish at Baker.
Oh, okay.
Had another great professor, Manny. I forget his last name, but he was one of the first teachers, and it's pretty commonplace now. But so this is like late '90s, right? We would walk in. He'd have some food to try. He'd have music going. Mm-hmm. He would start the class by like, "This is foods from here. This artist is so and so. They're from Venezuela. They're." I mean, he was one of the first guys to like
immerse you in the culture as well, not just the language.
Yes. And I think it's a beautiful language too. I mean,
and with your position as a principal and,
Right.
and just where you're at, you get a lot of opportunity to practice.
Yes. I try to. I still in a tough situation. I try to have we have an interpreter. I want to make sure that things are right.
Yes.
But I try to, not always, because I also don't want it to. I don't want it to be seen as like, are you trying too hard? But I like to greet a family in Spanish sometimes, and just to say like, hey, especially if it's a delicate situation, I don't want the family to feel like we're adversaries, right? Like even though I'm about to have a tough conversation with you about a mistake your child made.
Yeah. Do you feel like you understand a lot more than what you can speak?
Yes.
Okay.
And that gets frustrating, and it gets frustrating at how fast.
Yes.
And I can't pick up.
Yeah.
So then, of course, we have a great ELL team at North, and I'm constantly reminded of what they're constantly reminding me and our teaching staff. Like that, this is what our ELL students feel.
Correct.
It's this slow down whenever you can. Use a visual whenever you can. So when I'm talking with a Spanish-speaking family, I'll try to say something, and I might try to, but I don't do it a lot because I don't. But I try.
Yeah, I was impressed when I heard you. I was like, "Whoa!"
Thank you.
Look
Thank
at
you.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I learned something.
By no means. But that's
Okay,
my
so
goal.
from here on, puro español.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
That's actually my goal. Whenever I finish my doctorate, my next goal is I want to be fluent enough to where I don't need an interpreter.
Okay.
I can just converse with families, even if it's slow in broken Spanish.
Right.
I think that'll make that family feel a lot more comfortable.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, they'll appreciate. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm heading out, so I'm sorry to.
That's okay.
To leave a little early, but I'm gonna go watch basketball.
All right.
Lucky her.
Yeah.
Did you always want to become a principal? Was
No.
it something? No, it was just something that you kind of just.
No, I didn't want to do any of this.
Really?
Initially, I was going to coach and teach. And I did that for a very long time. I did that. So I'm in year 20. What year am I in now? 24? 24.
Yeah.
I taught and coached for 10 years. And then I got my administration degree in 2006, but I didn't pursue an administration job until 2012.
Okay.
Like a lot of people, they'll get it right away. They try to go get into administration right away. I really enjoyed the classroom. I really enjoyed coaching. Equally.
Yeah.
Sometimes people coaches get accused of it. You only want to coach, you don't want to teach. I really liked both of them a lot. Then the idea of being an athletic director was really intriguing to me because I think high school activities, that's what separates public school from a lot of, I think other things, right? I mean, connecting an activity to that learning experience, I think is really great. I think it draws and I don't mean just sports either. I mean, it could be whatever, marching band, drama, orchestra.
So you're involved in a lot as an AD.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You kind of manage all of those things. And that was intriguing to me. And then a great AD job opened up, Mill Valley. And that was literally the first job I interviewed for, and I got it.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
That was the first one. So I was there for 3 years, and that was a lot of fun because I got to be a part of helping that school transition from a smaller league they were in, the Call Valley League, into getting an invitation into the EKL. Mill Valley was a big school playing in a small league. And they were winning a lot. But then they would get into the postseason. They would play Aquinas. They would play St. James. They would play another 5A school they'd been playing, and they would get beat.
Yeah.
And so it was time for that school to take the next step. And in those 3 years, I got to be a part of the process with their principal, Toby Waldeck, and the district leadership to try to petition to get into a league, and we did. And so that was a lot of fun.
So being an AD, how many championships do you have under your belt?
State as an AD, state only 2. We never won a state championship at Mill Valley.
Okay.
The year that, as soon as I left, they started raking those things in like crazy. So I always joke around. They just needed a better AD.
Exactly.
But the 2 we won were the 2 at North. My first
track
and basketball. And golly, dadgummit, it could have been 4 that year.
I know, right? Yeah.
With cross country, we just our girls got 3rd. 2 teams tied for the state title, and our girls got 3rd because they were 1 point behind.
Dang.
And then the boys, that was the year, man, it's like so tough. Noah Stevenson went down during the race, and we still ended up getting 5th.
Yeah.
If he's able to, I would finish the race and we would probably win it.
Yeah.
But then he had an incredible redemption tour and track where he just had one of the greatest performances ever in state.
Marcos was a part of that.
Oh yeah, I was down there. Yeah, it was awesome.
He was part of that,
I had that picture in my office still with that team.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a principal, what does a typical day look like for you?
There really isn't. There sometimes there's meetings, that involve district folks that I will leave the building and stop and go to. We try to have an admin team meeting that we try to, keep. I don't want to say that we're sacred. That sounds, but we try to hold that time no matter what.
Yeah.
But a lot of that job is, you think you have a plan for the day. You think you know what you're going to do, and then something, right? A phone call, a student behavior, a teacher that's upset about something, or a teacher that needs help with something. A parent or patron that has a concern, and they come.
So every day is different.
Every day is different. I've never, that's the beauty.
And that's what makes it good.
Oh yeah, I've never been bored one day at Shawnee Mission North. Not one.
You're on your toes, right, all the time.
All the time.
Never know what to expect. Yeah. What would you say the hardest part of your position is?
Tough. Tough conversations with parents when a kid makes a big mistake. Because I'm a parent too, right?
Yeah.
And I try to tell them that, or also having to levy a consequence. Some of the toughest conversations unfortunately involve like a physical altercation, which are way down. The last 2 years have been way down, which is great. But when it comes to if a student got hit first and they're defending, but then they also continue to fight, and we have to have both kids get in trouble because we can't condone fighting.
It's not like football where the second one always gets caught.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's a real. Those are tough too. Conversations with staff members, like whenever we we're making decisions on what courses to offer, what not. Those
Yeah.
are tough ones too, because these teachers are very passionate. They get very passionate about some of the courses that they teach, and sometimes the enrollment doesn't allow that course to be able to be a part of the schedule just due to positioning everything. So that's hard too.
Yeah. Have you ever been asked, are you a parent? Like, has anybody ever said that to you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Because you're trying to take care of a situation, and
yeah.
somebody would rudely just say,
I've had that.
want
I've
to
had
know
that.
if you're a parent or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you,
What's a nice feather in my hat a little bit is I've had like parents get really mad, and I get it. They're frustrated, but they'll say like, well, you don't even care about the kids in this school. You don't care. It's just a job. I've
Really?
had people say
Yeah,
that,
damn.
and it's kind of nice. I get to go, well, actually, my own child's in this hallway too, right?
Yeah.
So I you may disagree with what I'm saying, but I do care about the kids. But it's people get emotional, right? As an admin team, we make decisions that affect parents, children, and the tax dollars that they pay.
yeah.
When you start making decisions with that involve people's kids and their money,
Yeah.
they're going to be emotionally attached to it.
Oh, yeah.
And so I always try to be cognizant of that. Even if somebody says something that hurts, that stings, I know more often than not they're coming from a place of they're advocating for their kid.
Yeah. Yeah. More power to you, Coach. It's really it's got to be a tough job.
It's a lot of fun though too.
Yeah.
I do get to hang out with probably one of my favorite parts of the day. One thing I will tell you, one thing that's consistent every day, no matter what, is supervising the lunchroom.
Yeah.
So I do that every day, right? Not all 3 lunches, but I'm on there quite a bit for most of them. And that's probably one of the more fun parts of the day.
Yeah.
Because you just get to walk around, you get to say hi to kids, you get to talk to, if I call a kid to my office, even if it's to give them the Student of the Week award, they immediately are like, why am I here? Dad, what did I do? I'm like, oh, you did a good thing, right? But in the lunchroom, it's a easy, it's not a it's a safe space, right? Like it's kind of open area. It's kind of, they're not being called to the office or something like that. So you can have more fun conversations.
Mm-hmm. So, as a kid, all the way through high school, what were the principals like back then? Is there any principals back then where you kind of think like, you do something that reminds you of what they did, or did you just try to be better than them, or?
So it's funny you mentioned that. I don't remember my high school principal.
Really?
Which you would think in a school of 300-something kids, I would really remember him.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be rude to this gentleman, if he's
Right, yeah.
honestly, if he's
No,
still with
yeah.
us. But that had actually inspired me. Like, don't be forgettable.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Don't be. You know what I mean? Like, you might do something wrong. You might mess up. Well, you're gonna mess up. I'm a human.
Yeah.
You're gonna make people mad, but don't be forgettable.
Yeah. So my freshman year, our principal got into some trouble there at the school. Some things happened. He was let go. The vice principal took over, and then he was our principal from my freshman half the freshman year all the way through my senior year, and which I'm going to try to get him on the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So but back then he was more busy breaking up fights, and it was just crazy. And I thought, God, that's got to be a tough position to be in. You got to protect yourself as well.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of times. Luckily, we had security there, and there was always there, and it was just tough. It was just like you watch those movies of high schools, and they're really
Right.
bad. And what's Lean on Me?
Yeah.
Who was it? I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, that's a great movie. That's one of those movies. Okay, let's get into that. Speaking of movies, do you watch educational movies like that?
Sometimes, yeah. But I get into a set of movies, and sometimes I'll watch them over again.
Yeah. Oh, Morgan Freeman is who I was trying to think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, it's just you think about like The Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah.
That's a classic. Your boys ever watch that movie?
No.
They not really get into that, or
Again, the kids today, I will like like Dolan will sit and watch, like he'll watch Stranger Things.
Okay.
They'll watch a series, you know, because it's like short, boom to a break, then you get a break. You can watch, you know. I sometimes struggle with a movie, even today.
Right. Yeah. No.
Like sitting down and watching a 2-3 hour movie. I'm like, it's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Chris, have you ever seen The Breakfast Club?
No.
Damn it, we're gonna have to sit and watch it. Yeah. So, would you say has this been getting easier for you? Your job now? How many years now as principal?
this is my 5th year as the head principal.
Fifth year as head principal. Would you say it's getting a little easier?
A little easier in the sense that I'm getting ahead of things a little bit better, like from a logistics standpoint. But even then, still, I do falter sometimes on getting communication out earlier to like our staff, our families, our kids. But I think it's gotten better there. When you're at it this long, you know, there's not a whole lot that you haven't seen or dealt with, so you don't get too bent out of shape. Like something doesn't really, like, you know, catch you off guard or get you crazy stressed. The stuff that stresses me out is when I know I have a tough conversation coming up where what I am going to say is going to disappoint someone. You know, I still, that's the hardest part of the job. You have to develop a little bit of, and some guys are a lot better people, I mean, are better at this than others. You have to develop a little bit of a, hey, this is how it is, right? And I'm just not going to get to, this person's going to be unhappy. Don't let it bother you. You know, it's a job. I like to make people happy. I don't like to make people mad.
Yeah.
So then people are like, well, why'd you take this job? Because you're going to make. But that's the stuff where I will get stressed if I know I have a conversation coming up with a parent or a kid or a staff member or a community member where I know where I say they're gonna be very upset.
There's going to be a reaction,
and
whatnot.
you know, knowing that's coming, even if it's the right decision, it's not fun. You know?
Yeah. So that getting called to the principal's office, you know, it's a thing. You know, it's funny. And I make a joke about it. The last time I was called into the principal's office, I happened to be, Mr. Kramer was still there, and I was in the school. I did something. I was there to pick up or drop off something, and he looks at me and he says, "Hey, you got a minute?" And I say, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "I need to speak to you in my office." I was like, "Damn, it's been a long time since the principal had said I need to speak to you." So I follow him, and it pertained to football. And I don't know if you ever heard the story, and I'd be surprised if you haven't. During the summer, I was working with the kids. It was Marty and I. We had our 8th graders. They were getting ready to be freshmen. So I was working with them there on the field, and you know, before the season started and whatnot, and this was right at the beginning of the school year, and there was this kid that had showed up to North on our practice field, and he asked what was going on. He asked if he could join in, and I'm like, "Well, who are you?" And he told me his name. He told me he came from North Carolina. His dad just moved here. He came with his dad, and he was going to be attending North. We're like, "Cool. Is you and you're a football player?" He goes, "Yeah, I played football there, and I plan to play here." What position? Running back. I said, "Okay, well, Marcos is going to have competition," and he was a bigger kid than Marcos, so I said, "Okay, that's fine." You know, he started working out with us, and he met everybody, and everything was cool. You know, school starts. Then this is when Kramer says, "Hey, I need to speak to you. You remember this kid that you had practicing with you supposedly?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She got his film. He had film of previous years when he played high school football. This kid was like 23 years old.
Oh, wow.
Was trying to get into North to play. I don't know how this works.
Wow.
But he tried to get back into school because he wanted to play football.
Unbelievable. I have not heard that one.
Really?
Yeah.
It was crazy. I don't know if Chris ever heard this one, but yeah, I think Mario was right about that time. And Yeah, Marcos and Will. I mean, they became friends with this kid.
That's crazy.
And all of a sudden, we're like, damn, he's way older than all of us
Right.
here, you know. And I think he said he was a senior year, junior year. So, but yeah,
that doesn't surprise me though.
that's crazy. That's only movie stuff, and it happened
Yeah.
right in
Oh,
front. It was happening. Excuse me, to us. But yeah, I don't know if you ever heard that.
I hadn't heard that one. No, that's yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed here recently, through your years there at North, the kids' behavior, has it changed any?
It's changed. Well, and I
Because
have
like you said earlier, you know, everything's been calm. You know, knock on wood, no fights. And
Right. It's been a lot
the
better,
numbers
yeah.
are going low. Yeah, so the kids just
So I'll have my North experience will be a lot different, principal wise, administrator wise, compared to probably a lot of others, but not a whole lot because North is so old. But like I mean, so for example, North had whoever was principal of North, and I should know all these off the top of my head, but
Yeah,
whoever was
yeah.
principal of North during the Great Depression,
okay.
right? Whoever was principal during World War II. The Vietnam era, civil rights movement, they each had to handle some big social events that permeate and affect schools. For me, my big one obviously was pandemic, right? And then what's interesting for me as well is I was an associate principal prior to the pandemic, and then as we came out of it, I became the head principal.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because Dr. Higgins was our principal in the spring of 2019 when that all hit.
Yeah.
And then, or if it's 2020, sorry. Because it was a 2019 football season, but it was the Super Bowl of 2020. Because the Chiefs had just won the Super
That's
Bowl.
right,
And then
yeah.
a month later, everything falls apart. But that was like his second year, and then he was principal the third year when we had that weird where we were kind of back, kind of not in mask. I mean, just chaotic.
Wild time.
And then I became the principal when we really like brought them back. So, I feel like a lot of what we're doing right now is building back to what we were before. We really had the school rocking really well spring of 2020. Like
Yeah.
with things, our admin team was kind of starting to gel. We were like in our second year. And then, of course, pandemic happened, kind of threw everything for a big loop. So changes over the years, right? Like, I mean, so some of it is that what happened there kind of stunted some growth. And then we had to kind of like start back at ground zero and work our way back up again. But I will tell you, I see kids being a lot kinder, nicer to each other than I did before.
Mm-hmm.
One of the many beautiful things of our school is I know things happen like on online or whatnot, but groups of kids don't really try to bother other group, like like kids that are really into sports, and you have kids that are really into theater, and kids that are really into, or kids that might be really into a certain type of clothing or music or whatever, and they're completely different than this other kid. Where the typical after school special you see, like the athlete picks on the really smart kid, or they pick on the, you know what I mean? We don't have that overtly. Like they all just kind of get along.
Yeah.
Now when we have situations, it's because something either happened online, or they're competing over a love interest.
Yeah.
That those are where most of the problems between our kids have. When I first got to North, I thought, oh, this is going to be the problem at this school. Like this school is so diverse. This group's going to not get along with this group, and this group. And from the get-go, I knew that wasn't, the case. I mean, that's what makes North so special. I mean, I'll never forget my first year, Will Schneider is in ART. Here's our starting quarterback who ended up being the, all-time leading passer in the state of Kansas by the time he graduated. And here he is in the play.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen at
Yeah.
places.
True, yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
cool. It's a cool spot, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. Yep. What's the best advice you would give a student, as far if they said they wanted to be principal one day?
Oh.
Yeah, like if a student came up to you and said, "Mr. Ewers, I want to be a principal one day."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, first I'll explain the process to them,
Yeah.
right? Because in education, it's, you know, you start off, if you want to do it, you're going to teach first. I would tell them to spend as much time in the classroom as possible before you become a principal.
Okay.
Don't wait too long. Don't pass a golden opportunity, but don't, you know, I think it's tough for people that teach, you know, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 years and then go into administration.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's good to have a good length of classroom experience, because when you're leading that group of teachers, you want to be able to really talk to them and understand what they are experiencing.
Yeah,
And so
because you've experienced it.
because you've
before.
experienced it. But I will tell you, it gets, so I'm in year 24 overall. I'm in my 14th year of administration. So I was an administrator, been an administrator now for 14 years. I taught for 10. So I've been out of the classroom for 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer you do that, the longer you're out, you know, I mean, it's why I like to go into class. Got to always remind myself what that teacher is working through and understand.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be intentional about it, because the longer you're in administration, you start thinking more in that brain rather than in the teaching brain.
Yeah.
Because they're different environments. They are.
Yeah. Before teaching, did you sub?
Yeah, that was a you know what, I would suggest that for everybody. I think that is something. So because I student taught in the fall,
Mm-hmm.
and then there wasn't a job available in the middle of the school year, so I subbed in a variety of places: DeSoto, Olathe, a lot in Shawnee Mission.
And at all the different levels.
Yeah. Oh,
Grade
secondary
school?
only.
Secondary,
Only.
okay.
Middle school and high school.
Okay.
Actually, and then so I did that during the third quarter of the spring of 2002. Then in the fourth quarter, so the last quarter of the school year, I got a long-term sub position at Antioch Middle School, you know, formerly Millburn Junior High,
Mm-hmm.
now the Center for Academic Achievement. So that school
Yeah.
got ripped down.
Yeah.
And it's what's funny is that I now live down the street from that, right? So, but I had a long-term sub position there, and that was kind of my first taste of the North feeder pattern.
Yeah.
And I got to know some great people. I remember, so Katie West was her name. Now she's Katie Burgard. She's one of our assistant cheer coaches. Her daughter's a senior at North.
Okay.
She was an 8th grader
Oh wow.
that year, that fourth quarter,
Uh-huh.
when I did that. So I would tell people, so yeah, sub, because subbing is perfect on the job training, because you're going to walk into a brand new situation every day. You don't know what you're dealing with. You know those kids are going to try to work it to their advantage. So you have to be firm, but don't be mean. And then I would say teach as long as you can. And then and I'd also say, while you're teaching, have a leadership position that's going to closely mirror being an administrator. People that like band directors and you know, the people that develop, you know, the performing arts, people that are like leaders of their department, like the social studies department or whatever.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people that were coaches that become administrators, because you've already had some practice at what that job's going to entail. If you're a coach or a band director, you've already dealt with parents, you've dealt with kids, you dealt with something they're very passionate about. You've had to have tough conversations about, like, you know, why you're third chair instead of second chair, or why you're second string quarterback and not first string quarterback. You've had to organize, you know, a booster club. You know, you've had some admin like practice. I was a head track coach before I became an administrator, and that was great practice, because track in and of itself is a very diverse sport. You know, you
Right.
have these on the same track and field team. You have these monster dudes that throw the shot put, and then you have these little tiny kids that run the 2 mile, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so, and all points in between, you have sprinters. So you have to manage a whole lot of different types of kids. You got to manage different coaches because even those coaches, you know, sprint coaches are different than throws coaches and distance coaches, and they all want something different. And you have to manage that, manage parents, and so. My advice would be a leader of something before you try to go be an administrator, so you get some of that real life practice.
An experience. Yeah, that's good advice. That's good advice. Let's get into some fun questions here.
All right.
What's the funniest thing you've ever witnessed?
I mean, I work in a high school, so I
Right.
see funny stuff every day.
Right.
Well, golly, that's. I'm not gonna name the funniest. Probably, I gotta figure out the funniest. Like, even. Wow, that's a tough one.
So, have this question. Anytime you've had to hold your laughter in just to be professional, you know, it's.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, probably
That instance was great because it was because we always when you search a belongings of a student for reasonable suspicion, which is that's how it works out. You always have another administrator in there.
Yeah.
And thankfully this was in the during the pandemic where we had masks on, because my face was just a big wide smile, you know, and luckily I'm sure that the kid didn't look up, but they looked at my eyes, you can tell.
Oh yeah,
eyes,
you can tell when somebody's
but
smiling. Yeah,
I had a big grin because I was like, oh man, this is not.
That's pretty crazy.
Not gonna be a fun conversation, and then my mind immediately went to that.
Yeah, that's right. Here, we'll do this real quick. Rapid fire. Coffee or energy drink?
Oh, coffee. Way too much, but coffee. Yeah, I have.
Do you make your own? Do you buy?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the same day. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's a weakness of mine. I drink too much coffee.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. You early morning or late night?
Early morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta get it.
I get up and run every morning. Just about. Yeah.
Still running, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Good for you. Assemblies or staff meetings? What do you prefer?
What do I prefer? Oh, assemblies. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We'll check that one. Favorite school event?
Favorite school event? The concerts.
Yeah.
Because you just you see a kiddo in a completely different light. Like there's always sometimes concerts and the plays, because like especially a play, because when they're in character too.
Yeah.
But you'll see a kiddo in a concert playing, singing or playing an instrument or playing a part, and you're just like, I had no idea that kid was that.
Had that. Yeah.
Had that as a part of their, sure, I'm passionate about sports. But two things there, athletes, they kind of present themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's, they walk around and guys and girls. Also at a sporting event, the game is fun, but there's a crowd to manage, right? There's people yelling at an official. There's stuff going on at a concession stand. There's, whereas a concert, you get to just completely concentrate on the performance of the kid. And same with a play. So those end up being my favorite, probably, because you get to just watch that. And you're like, wow, I've seen that kid in the hallway. I've said hi to that kid in the hallway. I had no idea they could sing like that.
Yeah. And then do you, like the next day?
No, I try to find them like, wow, that was unbelievable.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah. In one word, describe your students this year.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been great. Like we've had a great year so far, and it hasn't been without mistakes and problems from them and from me. It starts with me. I'm the first person to, some people say you apologize too much. I'm like, no, I'm in charge of the building, right? Like it's my name's on that. Like this is my community. But we've made our mistakes, but I think it's been a great year. Like they're great. They're fun to be around. That's another word. Probably fun. Cool. I mean, they're fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool that you don't have to carry a bullhorn or a bat or
No.
like
yeah.
Mr. Clark.
No.
Yeah, that's what Chris and I were talking about earlier. That's cool. All right, let's go into this. Do you remember the last time?
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay. Do you remember the last time you received a ticket from a police officer?
From a police officer. Yeah. Yep. I was speeding down Antioch.
How long ago? Not too long ago?
No, it was quite a while ago, really.
Good.
Yeah. If I remember, I think that's the last ticket I got. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Because I had a fender bender with somebody, but we both agreed it was like I bumped into him, I rear-ended him, but it was like a light bump, and we both agreed like, hey, we're both good, no damage to me, no damage to you. I'm like, hey, good.
Yeah.
So that could have been a citation, but yeah. You know, Antioch where it starts rolling hills, and I think it's like 35, and I wasn't even in a hurry.
Yeah.
I think I
You
got up
just
to
bumped
like
somebody.
no, on the spin the ticket.
Oh, the
citation.
speed ticket. Oh, okay.
I
okay.
got up to like over 45. You know, just going down the hill. Cop was waiting right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I know, right? That just makes. Yeah, that just happened to me here recently.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Driving down, I was in Base or Linwood.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving down, just got off of Leavenworth Road. No, I was on Leavenworth Road, and yeah, he was just waiting for me.
Yep.
In a church parking lot.
Oh.
As soon as I see him, his lights turn on. I look in my rear view. I'm like, damn, I'm the only one on this road.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say, that's the second time he pulled me over. The first time he let me go, this is probably about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
He let me go then, and this time he's like, I don't know if he remember. He probably did remember me when he pulled me up, and if they keep record of who they pull over, but just give a warning.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably like, all right, I got to give him one this time. Yeah. Anyway, well, went on a nice long run.
The last time I went on a long run, because I haven't been on a long. I ran the Boston Marathon in April.
Okay.
And I have not gone on a double-digit run. You know, 10 miles or more. I went on one. So I went this December 7th.
Okay.
I ran 10.1 mile, 10.10. That was the anniversary of Nolan Davidson's death. And so I did 10, and I because I've had some problems since the marathon with my knee and stuff. But I was feeling good enough, and plus I didn't get to do the 5K that they're doing in his honor. Our basketball team was down in Pittsburgh for the first game of the season, and I went and watched because that was my Nolan's first game of the season, so I got to go watch him play. So then I ran. So that was the last good long run I went on.
Cool.
Emotional, but
cold. I bet.
But good. I'm lucky to get to do it.
How about helped an animal in need?
So we have an old dog, so probably like just every day.
Yeah.
a little Japanese chin, and he's old, and but yeah. So does that count? I guess.
Yeah. No, it counts. Yeah. I once helped a bird stuck in our bushes. It's weird. It had like some type of wire around his little talon, and it was in bushes, so he couldn't get out.
Oh man!
So I was able to grab him and tear that line out, and he took off without saying thanks. So pretty upset. Yeah. Last time you had a good laugh.
I had one today. Cause can you talk about the funniest thing that you've seen? I had to think about that because there's so many moments in our job where we also get to really laugh a lot. I mean, I laugh a lot during the day because we're pretty tight knit admin team, and then we're there's some staff members that I know better than others, right? And I good laughs with them. But yeah, like we so great laugh today. The company that took the pictures for the school, they gave each administrator a gift, and it was socks with our pictures on them, like like for our school picture, and that I laughed pretty good at that. I mean, I was just like, "What is this? That's really funny." Yeah.
When do you wear that?
I'm not. Well,
or maybe
I'm
the
not gonna wear.
missus wear.
Oh no! I immediately told Dr. Broadman, one of our associate principals,
Yeah.
I go, "This is 100% going to be a stocking stuffer for Ramona. She'll laugh. She'll laugh at that.
Yeah.
She won't wear them, but she'll laugh at it for sure.
That's pretty good.
But yeah,
Last time you ran out of gas.
that was probably 2 weeks ago. I mean, I kind of just. Oh. I'm sorry. You meant literally ran out of gas, like in the car.
I have here in any way you want to put it.
Okay. So we just ran out of steam. Like, I just kind of worked and I like fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
The last time I really ran out of gas, this is like, oh, she's gonna be mad. But I'm gonna tell it anyway. It's when Ramona and I were in college. We were engaged at that point. She had stayed at I was in a fraternity because in Baker it's cheaper to be in a fraternity than anywhere else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to drive her to her sorority house, same deal, cheaper. And I mean, this is if it's half a mile, I'm shocked. And I ran out of gas because I was going to get gas after I took her.
Yeah.
And I ran out of gas on my way. And that's like the last time because at that point I've always like, when that light goes on, I go, and even sometimes before.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
That's pretty wild.
It's embarrassing. Yeah.
What were you driving back then?
I was driving a little S10 pickup truck that I took from it's like a 1993 white S10 truck that I drove to college.
Just two-door?
Just a two-door, yeah.
Two-door,
yeah.
That's cool. Has one of your boys ever challenged you to anything?
Oh, like to a feat or something
Anything.
like that?
Anything. A board game or a free throws or...
Major challenged me a little bit to like a running thing, just to kind of see a little bit, and he's faster.
Yeah.
And then Nolan with kind of some like shooting outside baskets, kind of like not necessarily horse, but like he's done that a little bit. But yeah, not as much. It's kind of odd.
Yeah. How about the missus?
Golf. I mean, so Ramona is a really good golfer.
Okay.
She gets embarrassed when I tell people this. Not embarrassed, but she's probably like, we stopped talking about it. But I think it's incredible. She started women's golf at Baker.
Oh. Okay.
Her freshman year, she played high school golf. She wanted to play. They didn't have a women's team, so she like literally practiced with the men's team. And I didn't really get to play, but we just practiced with them. And then she convinced a lady, Karen Axon's her name. She was the history department chair, but she's a really good golfer. And she pushed it and proposed it, and they went to the athletic director, and she started off as a team of one her sophomore year. By the time she was a senior, they had recruited well enough, they made it to the national tournament.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a pretty neat. So she's really good at golf. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ramona deserves this.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so, challenge. Yeah. So that stupid things like bowling, card games. We used to have some friends that have now moved to Iowa, so we don't get to see them as much. But we used to play couples pitch a lot.
Okay.
And those would get really heated. But yeah, I get more we get more competitive probably than me and the boys. Yeah,
that's cool. When's the last time you went to a concert? I'm talking like professional.
We went to see Duran in Baltimore last fall. That
would have been cool.
It was neat. We were sitting around. It was like a Saturday night. We were listening, like had the YouTube. We were watching like music videos and what on YouTube, just kind of chilling out.
Yeah.
Duran came on, and Ramona was like, "I'd love to go see Duran. That'd be cool." So I just grabbed my phone. I was like, "Do they even tour? Do they even whatever?"
Right. Yeah.
And Baltimore was but it was really weird. Like there was one maybe closer, but it was actually less expensive to fly to Baltimore and do the ticket to the concert than it was the ticket to itself in the other city. I was looking at like Chicago or something, or even St. Louis. So we booked it that night, and then like
That's cool.
a couple months later, we went to the show.
Cool. That's
It was fun. Yeah, literally flew into Baltimore, watched the concert, woke up the next day, flew back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the last big concert I went to.
That's cool.
I think. Trying to find it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sandy and I, we did that. Well, not a concert, but we went to the Chiefs Cowboys game in Dallas.
Oh yeah.
You know, just drove there, went to the game, and then came back home the next morning.
That stadium's amazing. So my dad still helps. He's kind of a consultant, and coaches at this other high school, Franklin High School, and they're really good. And in 2022, fall of 22, I went down there and watched. I took Nolan with me, and they played for the state championship and they won it.
Oh, okay.
And at AT&T.
Oh, in there.
And
that was before the Frisco Stadium, because I know they built another small.
They built it out, but they still host all of the big state championship. Like they host all of them, like back to back to back.
That's cool.
And what was neat, so my dad was a coach, so he had an additional field pass that pregame me and Nolan could go. So we got to walk through the thing and be on the field during pregame, and that was
pretty cool.
and Nolan was like going into junior high, and he was in awe.
Yeah.
It was cool. So
that's cool.
That's a beautiful stadium.
Yep. Did you grow up a Cowboys fan?
I grew up during the heyday of Cowboys, right? So
yeah.
you kind of had to be. My grandmother, this is great. So my mom's mom, born and raised in New Zealand, met my grandfather when he was in the Navy. Literally, he was overseas. He was stationed there. They met. Love letters. Proposed in a letter. She agreed, and got on the boat and went to the U.S. and married him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And so, but they lived in Dallas, and she swore by the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I'm not sure if she knew a lick about football, but she loved Roger Staubach. She loved, and so I grew up, I was partial to Cowboys over Oilers for sure.
Yeah.
And although I like that baby blue, that's a cool look.
You know what? It is.
Yeah.
Which I like that the Royals wear it as well.
Yeah.
Baby blue.
And then, I love Tom Landry. My dad to this day.
You see my Tom Landry hat?
That's awesome. Yeah, sweet. My dad to this day hates Jerry Jones for how he fired Tom.
The way it all
Landry.
worked.
Yeah. So my dad has been anti-Cowboy for a long time. But when I was a kid, you couldn't help but be enamored. I was in 7th and 8th grade during the Rose Bowl Super Bowl where they just destroyed Buffalo. And it was
that was the year that Michael Jackson performed.
That's right.
Yeah. I think
That was
that's
a
what
special.
started it all off as far as performances.
The big performance. It was. It was. One of my life goals is to go to I want to go to like the Rose Bowl. I just think that's like one of the most picturesque settings in college with the mountains behind and that field. It's always so bright, green and pretty, and the paint and all the roses is like just a cool look.
Well, Chris, you heard Mr. Ewers? He said he'd like to go to the Rose Bowl. You've been there, right?
All right.
Yeah, but he went for band.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the band went. Wow, how come you didn't go?
I know. I should have
Right?
gone. I should have went. I know. What an idiot. But one day I'm gonna go to that game. That's I just want to see that stadium. But yeah, I was a Cowboys fan. Fan. I became a Chiefs fan up here because I'm more.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Come from Texas.
That's right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So it made it kind of easy for you to.
It was, and then I've always mainly because I'm more of a college football guy than a pro. I mean, I've been a Texas Longhorn fan, like I said, since I was 7 years old.
And wasn't there a Ewers in?
Yeah. So yep. And then people, I mean, and I know I don't know if there's any distant relation or not.
There is.
I
believe you. Yeah.
I used to joke around when he throws 3 touchdown passes. That's my cousin. When he throws 2 picks,
You don't know. I'm not even
yeah.
blood. That's pretty cool. All right. Before we end, I know it's been long. Hopefully, we didn't take too much of your time.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
But so I got this thing what I call memories from a mug. So I have just nothing but memories in here.
Okay.
So what I do is I'll pull them, however many we can go through, and let's see if it sparks a memory.
Okay.
All right, so Every time you were, was there ever a time that you were scared by weather?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me guess. Was there a tornado involved in this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the big one. When we lived in that, when I told you about that house that had like the 20 acres and I built the barbed wire, or I helped my dad.
Yeah.
We had a real bad storm, and there's no basements in Texas, so we just moved to the middle room where with the bathtub, and it went through, and we didn't think much of it. Of course, no tornado sirens where we live. Wherever we woke up the next day, we had this huge shed that my dad had built. Twisted metal thrown. I mean, like a legit tornado went right by the house. Yeah. I mean, just ripped this thing to shreds and threw it. But the way those things operate, like it had lifted an entire post out of the ground, and then sitting right next to that post was a table with a baseball glove just sitting there.
Ain't that wild?
I mean, I was like, how does this happen? So that scared me. And then I'm terrified of thunderstorms and lightning. I don't like lightning and loud thunder.
To this day.
To this day.
Wow.
So So I get scared a lot during storms.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yep. People are learning some stuff today about you.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Let's go. Did you ever attend Worlds of Fun here?
Yes.
How long? Because the question was concerts at Worlds of Fun. Did you ever see it?
I never saw a concert.
No.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so that was for me late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
There was a lot of concerts that were there, and I got to see. It was cool. It was cool. Back in the 80s. All right, we'll do one more.
All right.
Chicken pox.
Yeah. Oh, I had it.
Yeah.
Kindergarten.
Really?
The second go around in kindergarten.
Not the first time.
Not the first time. Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had shingles too.
Oh, no way.
I had shingles when I was a teacher at LA Northwest. I have a little scar here on my head because it was that bad. Wow. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. That was the worst. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Knock on wood. I've never had it. I've done the shots, especially at my age.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with that. From what I understand, it's deadly, especially
you got to treat it right away.
50, 55. That's pretty wild. Chickenpox is, for me, chickenpox, I remember it like if it was yesterday because I was 9 years old. I made my first communion. Next day, or that night, we had, made the first communion. We had a big party. I got sick. Next morning, chickenpox.
Oh.
Worst place that I had them on me was the bottom of my feet.
Yeah.
And I mean, back then I was able to just look at the bottom of my foot, and it looked like I had turf shoes.
Oh man, yeah.
But just these, and then itching, and I'm sure you remember that.
Would be terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. All right, well. Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thanks for having me. This is great. Cool. I did not know what to expect. This is a lot of fun.
No, this is cool. Yeah, I like hearing that because I've been brought in people who have never done this, but at the end of the day, we're like, man, that was fun.
Oh yeah.
When can I do this again?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe next time we can bring you and the wife in because I do like to bring couples in.
Yeah.
And we kind of do like a newlywed game, and I just want to see how well you know her.
Right.
Does she know you? And we'll go down memory lane and stuff like that.
We actually had that surprise. My parents' 50th anniversary. They dropped a surprise. They had me and my Ramona do that. My wife Ramona, and then like my sister and her husband, and then my cousin and her husband.
Okay.
And I think we were the best. Like we knew each other better than the others. So that was good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And plus, because you guys are probably the youngest couple too, right?
Yeah, we were. We were, yeah. Because my cousin's about my sister's age. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And we started off with you saying, you talk about your sister, which is cool. And my family, it's only me and my sister. And we're the same thing. We're 9 years apart.
Okay, wow, yeah.
But I'm the oldest.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so just flipped.
So I was thinking about this today that it's kind of weird that I was actually thinking about it today. I was like, man, how well do I know my sister? I really, because by the time I was in high school, I remember as a senior, I'd have to go get her from from elementary.
Uh-huh.
I would have to go get her because my mom was home and my dad was working, and I had the car, so I'd have to go get her.
Right,
You know,
right.
It was just kind of weird to think about. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
for you to bring this up today, I was like, man, there's a reason why I thought about this.
Yeah, no, she talks to me a lot because she watched me so much. She kind of had like a maternal like, and she'd keep track of me during junior high and high school. And then she was
Yeah.
like, when you went to college and I didn't get to talk to you as much, she's like, it kind of hurt. And I'm like, well, I didn't. You become a college guy. You kind
Yeah.
of get into your own world,
Yeah,
so yeah,
that's cool. Well, again, thank you so much.
absolutely. No, thank you. I had a blast.
Cool.
All right.
Chris, we good? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Modcast. This is episode number 173, which I'm very proud to say. Been doing this in June of 22, so
Oh, wow. That's cool.
hopefully keep going for as long as I can.
Awesome.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Peace out.